Hello everybody, this is Keisha with Crafty Sweet, and today I'm bringing you the June make and take. So you can get all of the supplies to make the cards that I will be demonstrating in this video from me if you place an online order of $35 or more. You can always refer back to this video to watch the cards being made, and then as soon as you make your purchase in the online store, craftysweet.stampinup.net, I will send you a PDF with all of the dimensions and instructions on how to put the cards together as well. If you are placing an order in my online store, I would love for you to use the host code for June. This is available until June 24th. So put in this host code, and if your order is less than $150, use the host code. If it's more than $150, don't use the host code, because you will be earning your own Stampin' Rewards, which is money that you can use towards any product in the catalog that you want. So if you like the make and takes, place the order of at least $35, and I will send you the make and take as well as the PDF. Okay, for this make and take for June, we're using the Friends Are Like Seashells stamp set, as well as the coordinating dies and embossing folder. And this is currently in the mini catalog that is still good until the end of this month. So let me flip to it really quick in the catalog. Let's see, what page is it on? Right here. So this is the Friends Are Like Seashells bundle. And you see you can bundle them together using this item code 156205. And it's only $54, and you get the stamp set as well as the coordinating dies. Now, if you want to get the suite will include the stamp set, pretty much, well, basically everything on this page. So you'll get the stamp set, the dies, the embossing folder, which we will be using on our cards. You'll get a package of opal rounds, as well as the pearlescent specialty designer series paper, as well as the seaside shells, these stamps here, in the designer series paper. So if you want the suite, buy the suite. And the suite is, this number is $92, and it's 155980. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into the projects that we will be making. So the first card that we're gonna make is this card, and so it's the dimensions are a little different, and it's not like a full-size card, but when you add the seashell up at the top, you'll have your regular card size, and it will fit in a standard size envelope. We are using Seaside Spray card base, and I'm just going to use my bone folder and just crease this just like this. I am going to use the designer series paper and adhere it to this piece. Let me make sure I cut, not this piece, this piece. I'm going to adhere it to the basic white just like that. You want to place that down just like that. And then we're going to use our linen thread, which I hope I have enough. I think, yeah, I'm going to have enough. I'm going to wrap this around. I like to use the tape. Let me bring out a piece of tape. I like to tape my ends when I'm wrapping around, just to hold it down while I'm wrapping. And we're going to wrap twice around. So let's cut our snips, and then we're going to come back in and we're going to tie a bow. So that's not going anywhere. You can bring them down just a little bit just to separate them, so you can see that it's wrapped around twice. Now I'm going to bring in a scrap, and I'm going to bring in this is basic white. I'm going to take the You Are Unique and Amazing stamp set. This one right here, and I'm going to stamp that in Seaside Spray off to the right. You are unique and amazing. You're going to see what I'm going to do on the right side. Oh, hold on. Let's see. Okay, you are unique and amazing. All right, I like that. Now, I'm going to bring in the designer series paper because we're going to do some die cutting from the designer series paper. Let's see if I can pick. Let's see. Let's use this piece. We're going to pick 2. Well, 3. Let's see. We're going to use, I'm going to cut out this one. You can choose whichever ones you want. I'm going to cut out this one. We have a die for that one. Let's see. Nope, not the small one, the big one. This one, we have a die for the big one. So let's cut this out. The designer series paper, that's 1. Then, let's do this one over here. And if we don't have the die for it, you can always fussy cut. I think we have the die for the ones that I'm choosing though. And then I'm gonna cut out another shell. All right, so we're gonna die cut these out really quick from the designer series paper. I love when they do that with the designer series paper because it makes it easy for those that don't like to fussy cut like me. Okay, let's bring out 2 dies. Well, maybe I fussy cut both. No, I did it out of this one, and that's going to take too long. So I'm going to fussy cut, which I don't like to do, but I will fussy cut really, really quick. Just move your snips around, and you want to leave a white, just a little border around your image. Just like this. See, this is not too bad. Okay, that's one. I'm going to do this one. This one is a little easier. Okay. Just fast forward the video, or I may even fast forward the video. If I didn't fast forward the video, you guys just fast forward this part. You know, watch me fussy cut. If you choose one of the images with a straight line, you don't have to worry about that anyway. It'll make it easier. Okay, so let's layer this baby up. So we have that. We're going to open it just like this. And we're going to leave room up at the top because we got to stamp the large seashell. Okay, so it can adhere right to the top. So we're going to do it just like this. I may need to trim a little bit of this off, just a little bit. Just like that. Okay, I'm going to bring my, and do it just below the linen thread because you're going to come back in and you're going to tie a bow. Okay, so we want it down just like that, and then we're going to adhere our seashells with dimensionals, of course. Let's bring those out, and well, let's see, we're going to put 2 on the big one. So 2 on the big one, and then 1 on each small shell. Bring back the linen thread. Let's go ahead and tie our bow. Off to the side. I love linen thread. What I like most though, I like to double it up. I didn't double it up on the sample, but you guys can double it up. I've shown you how to double it up. And I like to take my bone folder and like curl the ends as well. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and adhere this down to our card base, and then we'll stamp the large shell and adhere it to the top, and it's gonna work just like a regular card. It's gonna fit inside your envelope. So we're gonna layer that just like so. Go in and add our seashells, just like that, and then I'm gonna have one here, and we're gonna do one off to the left like that. Okay, all done. Now let's bring in a scrap. I'm gonna bring in the largest seashell. I'm gonna stamp that in Seaside Spray, mount it on a block. See, this is coming together really quickly. Let's bring in perfect. And let's bring in our mini stamping cut and emboss machine and die cut this out really quick. You know what? I was gonna do it with this, but you know what? I can fussy cut that out too. I forgot I left my my big stamping, cut, and emboss machine at work, so I only have the mini here, and I think that die is going to be too big to fit, so you can always fussy cut. And remember, when you're fussy cutting, you're letting your just let your scissors be your guide, and you're turning your paper just like that. So that was easy. Okay, now what I did to make sure I wasn't going over my my full-size card, I just bought in a regular size card, and I just made sure that I had clearance up at the top to where it would fit. So what I'm going to do is just add adhesive down at the bottom, and then adhere it to my card, and that way I know that it's going to fit inside of my envelope. And this is just another thing that you can do to just make your card a little different. Okay, so that is card number 1. The next card we're going to make is going to be this card, and this is a simple one as well. It's using the Melon Mambo cardstock, and we're gonna stamp on our crumb cake cardstock. We need to cut 2 or stamp 2 sand dollars in crumb cake. Alright, in the crumb cake, sand dollar right here. I'm going to use crumb cake ink. Crumb cake on crumb cake. Let's bring our block in just like that. I'm going to do straight down and up. I'm going to cut, stamp 2 of those. All right, that's it for the crumb cake. Now we're going to bring in Melon Mambo. We're going to banner the end of this piece. I'm just going straight in the middle. Just cut that up just like that. And then I'm going to come off to the side to banner the bottom. Now I'm doing Friends Are Like Seashells down at the bottom in Melon Mambo ink. Friends are like seashells. You collect them along the way. I love it. Okay, now we can close that up. Let's go ahead and die cut. The sand dollars. Alright, so we're going to put the die on here, and I'm going to use my Post-it note tape so this doesn't move. You guys probably can't see this, but I'll bring it in camera, in view of the camera, so you can see. I'll just lay it on just like that. You have your number 1 plate, your number 2, then your cardstock, your die, and then your number 2 plate on top. You guys know I always go move it forward, roll it forward, and then I move it back. All right, there's one. I'm going to do the same thing for the second one. Let's do just like that. Roll it through. And then roll it back. Again, all of the dimensions are going to be in the PDF that I emailed to you after you place your order. So you don't have to worry about keeping up with measurements. It'll all be printed out for you. Okay. All right, so again, Melon Mambo, and then we have our little strip. Let's take, this is So Saffron, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to banner the ends. On each side, and you can use your banner triple punch to do this. This is just an easier way for you to banner your ends. Okay, so we're going to take this piece of designer series paper. Again, this is from the same collection, and we're going to adhere it to our Melon Mambo card base up at the top, just making sure we have equal distance all the way around. Then we're going to take the So Saffron piece. I'm going to adhere this down kind of up at the top, just like that. Then we're going to take our banner. I'm going to add that to the card with dimensionals. Then 2 in the middle. And then remove your paper backings. I missed one right there. Okay. And we're just going to move that all the way up to the top, just like that. Take our sand dollars. We're going to pop those up with the dimensionals and then add our opal rounds, and we will be done with a card number 2. Let's do one about here. Take the paper backings off of that one? Yeah, just like that. And then we're going to come in with our opal rounds, and we're going to adhere, let's see, 3 of those. And 2 small ones, and then I added a big one. All right, so 2 small ones and a big one. All right, so that is card number 2. And now let's go in with card number 3. Is this one. We're using a crumb cake card base. And let's go ahead, let's see which one is the layer and piece. Okay, so I'm going to layer these 2 down to each other. Again, this is that designer series paper. Cut out 2 designer series paper from the collection as well. I just love how everything coordinates. All right, and we're doing, wait a minute. Let's see, just like this. Okay, now we're going to stamp the happy birthday sentiment in Melon Mambo ink. Happy birthday to my beautiful friend. I love the sentiments in the stamp set is what sold me on the entire bundle. Let's see, let's get out another piece. I don't like. Let's take this piece. Is what sold me on the bundle because they're so nice. Just very, very nice sentiments. So I'm going to stamp this to the right, leaving room for the seashells. And let's see, while I have this out, let's go ahead and stamp our the 2 starfish. Starfish, and then the small seashell. And I can put that on the small block. This one. Okay, so this is going to be in Seaside Spray. 2 Melon Mambo. And then we have another piece of basic white that we can stamp. I have a ton of scrap over here, y'all, that I just use and move to the side. That's going to be in So Saffron. You can use Daffodil Delight as well, but I'm using So Saffron. And that is going to be, and this again, it can be cut out with the large die in that set, but I can't fussy cut it. I mean, I can't die cut it out, so I'm just going to fussy cut it real quick. I have the die for this, the smaller ones, but I'm going to fussy cut this one out. Again, moving your cardstock or your scissors. Letting that be your guide, going all the way around. Just like that. Okay, now let's bring in, I think I have a small dot. Yep, perfect. And let's see, will this one cut out that one? Yep. Let's bring this back in. Now let's die cut these babies out really quick. All right, line that up. And then line this up. Place it gently so it doesn't move. Uh-oh, wait a minute. This one moved. I'm just going to take this one out. Okay, that's one. I'm going to put tear and tape. My Post-it note tape. Not tear and tape, Post-it note tape. Just to hold it down. They are still working on the our magnetic plate. So until then, I will use Post-it note tape. All right, that's all of the die cutting for that one. Now let's assemble our card. All right, we're using Crumb Cake Card Base. Where are you? Okay, adhesive. Down just like this. Then we're going to adhere, let's make sure, perfect. Adhere the strip down. And then we're going to pop our images up. On dimensionals, of course. Do one, do one, do one on that one, and then we're going to use 2 or maybe 3 on the large one, and just adhere them to your card. Let's use big one. Let's do one here. I want to do one here, and then last one, let's put right there. Now we can use the opal rounds again. On the other card, I used the resin heart embellishments, and those are actually on sale right now in the online store. They're 50% off. So you can use those. I'm just going to bring in the opal rounds again just to keep it consistent with the card. I think they blend in well with that card. That was my Take Your Pick tool that I just used. Okay, so that is card number 3. So those were the resin hearts that I colored with the Melon Mambo Stampin' Blends. So that's another one. And then the last card is pretty self-explanatory. I'm just gonna stamp the sentiment in Flirty Flamingo because you'll see in a minute. Let me stamp this and then I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Friends are like seashells. You collect them along the way. Let's clean this off. And then we'll be done. Because you'll see the next card when I show you guys. I mean, it's just die cutting and then the card base, adhering it to the card base. So friends are like seashells, you collect them along the way. So stamp that in Flirty Flamingo, and you can see here I took that large. This is what I did. This large die that comes in the die set is just cut out of basic white cardstock, and then I took the individual images in the whatever color you want, and I just stamped straight onto the die to get the different colors. So that's easy peasy. And then I layered that onto the So Saffron card base, and then added my my die cut image from the Labels dies on the center, just like that. So that's card number 4. So all of these are easily reproducible. You guys can make these cards and send to your family and friends. Everything you need will be included. Cardstock, all of the paper that you need to put these cards together will be included. You just need the stamp set and the dies to work. I didn't use the embossing folder on any of these except for this one, but you can barely tell. You can see the raised image, so I used it on it, but you don't have to. So if you just want to buy the bundle and not the suite, you can do that. But if you buy the suite, you get that designer series paper and the opal rounds included. So, and I used all of that on the cards that we make. So I think it's best to just go ahead and get the suite. All right, so these are the 4 cards, and you'll receive the cardstock you need and embellishments that you need to make all 4 cards. All right, thanks so much for joining me, you guys. Again, if you place an order in the store, it needs to be at least $35. In my online store, using this host code, if your order is less than $150, and your order has to be placed by June 24th. All right, thanks so much for joining me today. You guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.